The cast of the movie is always central to me, starting with Emile, who became a kind of magic blessing that I just cannot imagine having made the movie without Emile Hirsch because of him, who he was particularly at that moment as a person, who he is as an actor.
I was just really moved that the film was able to turn out as beautiful as it did. You know, I really cared a lot about the story of Chris McCandless being told right. You know, the book meant so much to me when I read it, and I had gotten to know, you know, Chris's family, and I wanted his memory to be as well presented. He's better than other directors for the most part because he was an actor for so long, you know, he understands everything that's going on with his actors. You know, we had a scene where, you know, there'd be maybe something I'd be hesitant to do, and he'd have faith that I could do it, and it would give me a lot of confidence because I would know that, you know, were he to have played this part in this movie, you know, he would demand that much more out of himself. So I would always know that Sean himself would do it.
How much I have an affection for him, but also his personal will was something that I'd never seen anybody have as difficult a job as an actor as that one was. And I often had to remind myself how difficult it was because he didn't show it very often. And that was really a guide.
Some of the physical kind of task scenes where Chris is kind of setting up his place in Alaska, you know, the kind of the hunting scenes, or just be climbing up a hill take after take, or, you know, also going down a river of ice water naked. I mean, I'm all for the ice plunge and the spa, but you know, the ice river was really, really cold, colder than the ice bath. You know, I think that kind of thirst for adventure is something that, you know, I identify with in Chris, and I think that a lot of people do. You know, everyone wants to go on that adventure of a lifetime and get out and experience those things. I think it's important to always be mindful of those kinds of things and to not focus on the wrong things in your life and to not give the wrong things importance. Yeah, I mean, I think that I really agree with him in a big way, you know. If I'm around people who are too materialistic, I just get not interested in them, or just kind of disgusted, and it's not attractive to me.
Catherine Keener, Marcia Gay Harden, Hal Holbrook I had gone back with a long way. Many of these people I'd worked with before. Bill Hurt I had worked with briefly before, but I had always had a longing to work with him as a director. I hadn't done that yet, and he fit this thing and jumped right in and was great to work with. Holbrook was somebody that I had gone so far back with. One of my first television movies as an actor, in a small part he was the lead in, and had made a big impression on me, and so this was a great opportunity to, you know, to fulfill that dream.
You know, there's a scene with Hal Holbrook. It's Hal's last scene in the film, when he's saying goodbye to Chris, and to me that scene was always just something really special about it, where, you know, this old man kind of opens his heart to Chris, and, you know, in that scene you see the kind of the ultimate flaw that Chris has, and it kind of comes out on his like inability to have a certain kind of intimacy with people, and the kind of the devastation on other people that can kind of wreak. You know, happiness is only real when shared is something that Chris writes down from his reading, and that's a really important part of the whole theme of the movie. And
the decision to ask Eddie Vedder into the mix came out of watching the film unfold as we made it. This, you know, and influenced to no small degree by what Emile started to be to me, what surprises came out of that. There was one voice that kept coming back to me that represented the kind of musical soul of that character that I was shooting every day, and that was Eddie Vedder. And so when he agreed to come on, that for me rose the bar. His contribution is